Hello insiders, got a news flash for you, so let's get to it. First thing, we fixed a bug that had to do with reporting of revenue. Specifically, if you were in an MCN, you couldn't see the revenue before you joined while you were independent. And then if you left an MCN, you couldn't see your historic revenue that you earned when you were with that MCN. That's all fixed. Next item, we are getting ready to launch a new ads policy confirmation checkbox. So when you upload a video, you're going to start to see a checkbox saying, hey, I understand that this video meets the ads guidelines and I would like for it to be monetized. So the big difference here is it's not just automatically going to be monetized. When you upload, you've got to say, this video meets the guidelines. And you might be wondering, like, well, why are we doing that? The main reason is I think there was an old mode, which was, hey, just upload everything and monetize, ask for everything to be monetized. If it gets monetized, great. If it doesn't, and it ought not to have been monetized, then YouTube will take care of it. If you upload a video and you know that that video does not meet the ads guidelines, like it's pretty clear, and let's say our classifiers actually get it wrong. They don't get it wrong the way we usually talk about, which is like, hey, this video should have been monetized, but it didn't. But the other way around, which is this video should not be monetized, but maybe it squeaks through, and then ads are run against it, and then some brand manager at a big brand sees their ad next to this video. Their natural reaction is to be obviously one of concern, but two, they might say, hey, I don't think I'm going to want to spend as much on YouTube because I didn't really like my ad showing up next to that video, and that affects all creators. So what we're trying to do is encourage people to think, take a pause before electing to monetize a video. And of course, if it meets the guidelines, go ahead and check that box. And be familiar with the policy. We just added a video to this channel with an interview of a person on the ads policy team where they go through the YouTube ads policy. And explain kind of a little bit more with more color what it means. So check that out in the link below. And just know that we're also going to continue to improve our classifiers as well. So we've continuously done that. We know we need to keep doing it. But as an example, with the last update, I think we've reduced the flip-flopping significantly. And hopefully we'll have more updates like that going forward. So that's it for the ads guidelines confirmation checkbox. The next thing is on March 8th, there was a bug where some creators were unable to appeal their monetization decisions. That was detected on March 8th. It was diagnosed that day. The fix was developed on March 9th and tested on March 9th, and that was rolled out on March 10th. So apologize for that inconvenience, but it should be fixed now. Next thing is people were asking about impressions and CTR and unique viewers and wondering, hey, when is that going to be available to everybody? So it's still kind of gradually rolling out. I think when we shot the video, there were about 900 people that had early testing access. Or maybe when we shot the video, there were only 20 people who had early testing access. I think around now, we're about to roll it out to close to 1,000. And then from there, we'll keep increasing. So hopefully we'll get to everybody soon. But we're just trying to be really careful with these kinds of launches to make sure that everything's working as intended, that the UI looks the way it's supposed to. It's reporting the information that's accurate. There's help topics, there's tool tips. It's translated in all languages, the translations are accurate, and so on. So that's taking a little time, but it's definitely in process, and we know people are super excited about it. We are too. So we're anxious to get it out as quickly as we can. We just have to go through some processes and procedures to make sure everything's great. Lastly, just wanted to give some shout outs to folks who've been talking about Creator Insider or mentioning it or helping spread the word. We really appreciate it. One of our priorities this year is to improve creator satisfaction with transparency about what's going on. While this channel isn't meant to solve that problem entirely, we do think we can play a role. So any help that you can get, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of creators who aren't familiar with the channel. So thanks to the following folks who gave us a shout out either on their YouTube videos or on Twitter or in other places. So Gives a Minute, thank you. Thank you, Jim McNugget. Jim actually promoted a live stream we did and made an interesting commentary. The Analytics guy, he gave his views on impressions and click-through rate. He didn't agree with everything that we were saying, but I actually, that's all good. Everybody has a different perspective, and the Analytics guy is just keeping it real. And then Justin Briggs and Subversive Asset, who gave us shout outs on Twitter. It's great to see, if a creator's really frustrated and they feel like they don't have information, sometimes another creator will reply to them and say, hey, you may want to check out Creator Insider. Here's a video where they talk about that. So that's it for this week. Hope this was helpful. Keep it real.